Okay, picking up. So the way to create the titles on this thing, or any kind of 2D graphics over the top of this, is to render this out. So I would go to rendering, setup, and do my time segment, and then I would save these as a series of PNGs, and you can see if I look in here, so now I have here they are. Just a series of those of that video, and then in Photoshop I would import those. So or actually I think I would create a layer. Sorry, sometimes you can import just still images or just open them, like I did for the sketches. But this case you want to go to layer. Or here I need a file, I need an image file, so let me just go ahead and open up one of those PNGs, since I've got them, but then do layer, video layers, and new video layer from file, and browse to those, get that. And if it's got a sequence in it like that, then it'll automatically check this image sequence, and you can say that. Otherwise, if it's not, then if it's something else, sometimes you have to tell it that yes, you're importing an image sequence. But this we're opening, and so, but in this case I can just say open and bring that in, and and I could get rid of the background there if I wanted, but you can see that. See if we get zoomed in here on the time. It's going to pull it into whatever my default time is, and if you need to add more, you can. Let's see, how do you add more time in here? I think you can. Boy, I don't even remember. But 5 seconds was fine, because I think that's what I rendered everything out to. Or maybe it knows that it's 5 seconds worth of frames, but yeah, let's adjust all that. Once you get all that, then you can start adding in your type and things like that. So next I'd want to come in, let's see, with my type layer, and put something in. This is the cine lift, and so on. And if you need to, just move that into position wherever you want to. I typically put it in a good spot so it's not in the way. And then if it needs effects and things like that, you can come over and add those in here. And most of the time what I do is I put on either an outer glow or a stroke, so that it can work across a variety of backgrounds. I typically use black type with a white stroke. Let's see, and let's make its color. Yeah, let's go to white, and doesn't need to be quite so big, so maybe 2 pixels. Oop. And everything else looks pretty good. So I can say OK to that, and now I have this text that shows up pretty well. Another one of those that's very similar is the outer glow, and I will occasionally use that. You have to change a little bit more on it, but it gives you a little bit softer edging to things if you need that. And so once you've done that, and then again it's just a matter of file, export, render to video, and in this case you can either export your frames again, but here most of the time when I'm at this level, I'm going right out to the movie anyway. So I'll just export it as a as typically as a H.264 encoded MP4, really nice codec. And then in fact that's what, if we take a look at this file, that's what that is. If we look at its codec, yeah, it's H.264, 30 frames a second at 1280 by 720. And if you have any audio that you want to put on this thing, this thing could use a little bit of sound on it. You see that there's a place for an audio track back here in Photoshop, and so you can click on that and add some audio and bring in whatever audio you want to put in there and edit that. One thing, I'm glad I saw this. I did note that it tends to, for whatever reason, drop this last frame here at, say, 429 instead of well, I guess, okay, it's claiming 501, which is the actual outer end of the thing. So sometimes you may want to stretch that. In this thing's case, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, it would be just fine there at the end. Just again, be very careful about where things end up on this when you create these things. So I hope this helps, and you could add all kinds of really interesting things on the tops of this. Just again, I would say be careful. Just because you can add some things doesn't mean you should. So be aware of that.